Exactly 1 week since the full regular season slate started in earnest, we've got several home openers, which are especially exciting because all three of them should be in front of fan bases that are currently excited. Sure, the Orioles, 4-3, and Tigers, 4-3, starts are unlikely to continue, but both returned home after very successful road trips. Home openers always tend to garner extra attention anyway, but perhaps those fan bases are energized by the early surprising successes of those teams. The Mets were the other home opener, and they come back to Queens after a 5-1 road trip, blazing through D.C. and Miami. There were supposed to be two more home openers, but both the Cardinals vs. Padres and White Sox vs. Mariners postponed theirs due to weather and will instead hold their openers on Friday. Select games can be streamed regionally via Fubo TV. Try for free. For more on what channel each game is on, click here. Baseball schedule. Scores for Thursday, April 4th. Torres brings the Yankees back to life. The New York Yankees got off to a rough start this season, with an MLB high 11 players landing on the injured list. But in Thursday's 8-4 win over the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards, shortstop Gleyber Torres powered the Yanks out of a slump. Before Thursday's win, the injury-ridden Yankees had lost their first two series of the season, to the Orioles and the Detroit Tigers, finishing off their initial 2019 homestand at 2-4. Torres homered twice, finished with a career-high 4 hits, drove in 4 runs and was a triple shy of the cycle. With New York trailing 3-0 in the third inning, Torres' first home run of the game put the Yankees on the board. Then, after a Gary Sanchez homer in the 6th inning, Torres followed up with his second homer, a 3-run blast, to put New York ahead 5-4. Luke Voit put the game away with a home run of his own in the 9th inning. Here's Homer No. 1 and 2 for you. Yes Network. At Yes Network, April 4, 2019. At just 22 years old, Torres is the youngest Yankee player since Joe DiMaggio to have a 4-hit game, including 3 extra base hits. Plus, it was the third career multi-home run game for Torres, and the only Yankees player with more multi-home run games before turning 23 years old was Joe DiMaggio, who had 8. 22-year-old Gleyber Torres collected his third career multi-homer game. The only Yankees player with more multi-homer games before turning 23 was Joe DiMaggio, 8. Pic.twitter.com/ph96p8nzgl, ESPN Stats. It was Gleyber Day on Thursday. Aaron Judge, it's Gleyber Day. Lindsay Adler, at Lindsay Adler, April 4, 2019. Worst start for defending champs since '98. The Boston Red Sox suffered their third loss in 4 games to the Oakland Athletics. They've now lost 3 of 4 in each of their first 2 series. With Thursday's 7-3 loss at Oakland Coliseum, the reigning World Series champions are 2-6 on the season. It's the worst start for a defending World Series champion since the Miami Marlins in 1998. Yeah, it's only 8 games into a 162-game season. But still, not a good look. Athletic center fielder Ramon Laureano had been a big part of Boston's struggles in this series. Laureano threw out another Sox runner in a key spot during Thursday's game. In the 9th inning, reigning American League MVP Mookie Betts led off with a walk and then tried to go for third when Andrew Benintendi hit a bloop single off right-hander Liam Hendricks. Take a look at what happened. And that wasn't the first time Laureano got a Red Sox runner in this series. He nabbed Xander Bogaerts twice in 2 different games. Laureano, 24, made his MLB debut just last August. Now, he has 12 assists through 57 games in the outfield with Oakland. It's the most by any outfielder in MLB. The next closest has 6. Nationals bullpen holds up, spoils Mets openers. Noted in this very space Wednesday, the Nationals bullpen has been awful on the young season. It brought an 11.02 ERA and 2.33 WHIP to Citi Field for the Mets home opener. Even in the 2 Nats wins, the bullpen blew a lead and the Nats were forced to respond on offense. That wouldn't be necessary in this one. Mets starter Noah Syndergaard pitched very well in this one, allowing just 2 runs on 1 hit, not a typo, while striking out 6 in 6 innings. He, however, got the 2018 Jacob deGrom treatment when it came to run support. The 2 runs were certainly his fault, wild pitch leading to a bunt to score a run and later a solo homer, but the damage was limited and he probably deserved a win. The Nets got what you'd expect from a healthy Steven Strasburg. He worked 6 2/3 scoreless innings, striking out 9 and walking just 1. He only allowed 3 hits and they were all singles. He was in complete control. Handing the ball over to that bullpen was likely a scary moment, but it did the job in this one. Matt Grace, Justin Miller, Tony Sipp and Sean Doolittle combined for 2 1/3 scoreless innings, allowing only 1 hit and 1 walk while striking out 5. Now, after the low point earlier this week in watching Bryce Harper go upper tank with the bat flip heard round the world and sitting 1-3, the Nationals have battled back to 3-3. And there are 156 games remaining. Anyone mention yet that it's a long season and we shouldn't overreact? On the Mets end, they just got beat by a very talented pitcher with a good team behind him, and, again, let's note them playing a day game after a road night game in flight from Miami. After going 5-1 on the road, surely they would have loved to give their home fans a win in their opener, but they are still 5-2 and that's great. Quick hits.